flow. I've met a very nice person that sent me an answer through private message because I've always been complaining about flow. And I found out, and he's very right about that, that flow comes when you're not working for it. That's not something you can work for. It happens. It's something you experience. I want to see poi as a dance, as being able to express myself, my bodily movements, and my goal is, and I think this is what I understand of flow, is when the poi movement and the poi themselves and the way they move around me, and my bodily movement, which will not be a still standing person doing one trick at a time and trying to connect them with each other in a fluent motion, but rather a dance, dancing with the poi, dancing with the circle, being engulfed in the circle, having a sphere around you, and making those planes visible with light and hopefully soon fire. That the definition of flow has to be refined for myself, and I've learned a few more tricks. I can thread the needle, I can do non-turning turns, I can do simple fountains, I can do behind the back butterflies, and I have some sort of already developing free motion and being able to dance with the poi. I experienced today at work, just feeling, playing around with them and really being exhausted after like dancing to two songs and oops, sorry for the camera, dancing to two songs and just going with the flow and going there. And I think this is what the fun about poi, and where also where you can get choreography in, and where I think I'll be able to eventually, when I work further with my children, and the choreography that we'll be doing for the summer festival will not be that great yet, plus we don't have that much space, but choreography in a whole, and combining music with the movement of my body and poi, and make that create a symbiosis of what's happening there, and being able to project that onto the audience that's watching, because I think what really gets me going is doing it for someone watching, as you probably figured with the videos, and they weren't that great, and they're not that great, and the things that I'm doing aren't that great yet, but I think happening that I'm a Leo, I just love performing and putting myself on stage. And eventually I'd love to do that with fire, maybe one day at Bamberg Zaubert, or just a little thing. I don't want to be famous and doing all the ooh stuff, but having mesmerizing people, grasping them, giving them an escape for a couple minutes to go somewhere, or being carried on, and just go and engulf in that, like you sometimes have when you watch a fire performer. It's not with every fire performer. Somebody can be very technical about it, very precise, and everything's great, but there's no emotion in it. There's nothing that he projects, nothing that moves. You don't see that sparkle in his face. Right now you still see concentration in mine, but eventually it should be different. You don't see that, and I think that that's just something that I think that's essential of actually creating something for the audience and making it worthwhile for yourself. I don't know if I made any sense to you, but I think that's really my goal on where I want to go with poi. And I'll be doing 2 workshops with some parents from work and work colleagues. One with Thomas from Sweden in Nuremberg, that is being organized by Sam from Feuershow.de, and the other one will be by Micha Rauscher, who introduced us to poi about a year ago. And both will be either going into a technical thing, just learning tricks, and also what I'm hoping from Thomas especially is free movement of poi, and really being able to move within that sphere and and that square that you're creating, like a mathematical kind of sense in going into dance. Let's see what happens. Enough chatting.
How's it going upstairs, okay? Yeah. Desert sun, that burns my